members of the American Radio Relay League in Newington, Connecticut, this is ARRL Audio News. This program is produced by the ARRL, the National Association for Amateur Radio, and features news highlights compiled from the ARRL letter, found on the web at arrl.org. I'm Sean Kutzko, KX9X. In this week's report, letters to members of Congress offer the biggest boost to the Amateur Radio Parity Act. A New York ham inaugurates a collegiate ham radio operators Facebook group, and ARRL Kids Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st. This edition of ARRL Audio News is dedicated to Bill Pasternak, WA6ITF, who became a silent key on Thursday, June 11th. Bill was co-creator of Amateur Radio Newsline and gave back to amateur radio for over 6 decades. We will miss our colleague. ARRL President Kay Craigie, N3KN, has told section managers that while promotion and positive publicity about the Amateur Radio Parity Act, H.R. 1301, are always helpful, the most useful action radio amateurs can take is to contact their members of Congress, urging them to sign on as co-sponsors. As of June 9th, 72 members of the U.S. House in both parties were listed as co-sponsors of the proposed legislation, which would direct the FCC to extend its rules relating to reasonable accommodation of amateur service communications to private land use restrictions. Craigie told the section manager that the grassroots campaign supporting H.R. 1301 needs more letters. We have been told quite bluntly by some congressional offices that they want letters from constituents, that they will be interested in what the ARRL has to say only if they know that voters care about the issue, Craigie said in urging section managers to rally the troops. Why should the congressmen care, they ask, if the voters don't? There are tens of thousands of ARRL members who have not written yet. You can do a lot to persuade them to write because they know you. Craigie cited the case of U.S. Representative John Carney of Delaware, who signed on as an H.R. 1301 co-sponsor this week. Delaware Section Manager Bill Duveneck, KB3KYH, told her that ARRL members have been appealing to the state's lone member of Congress to support the bill. Late last month, ARRL representatives visited Congressman Carney's Washington office and delivered a stack of approximately 50 constituent letters, Craigie recounted. That, in addition to the in-state contacts, got the congressman's attention, and he agreed to co-sponsor. Craigie pointed out that the 50 letters were all the more impressive in the case of tiny Delaware, where there are fewer than 500 ARRL members. Do the math, she said. If we could get a similar percentage of ARRL members and additional districts to write their members of Congress, the bill's progress would accelerate. Members are encouraged to contact their member of Congress by writing personalized, signed letters on paper based on the sample letter available on the ARRL H.R. 1301 website. ARRL Field Day, coming up on the weekend of June 27th and 28th, is an ideal occasion for hams to meet members of the media or the public and to describe the event specifically and amateur radio in general. ARRL Media and Public Relations Manager Sean Kutzko, KX9X, and ARRL Public Relations Committee Chair Katie Allen, WY7YL, joined Ham Radio Now host Gary Pierce, KN4AQ, this week to share some views and advice on the topic what Field Day is really about and how to convey this to Field Day visitors and reporters. All three agreed on one big point, stressed that 95% of what radio amateurs do is fun. Share your excitement, Allen advised. All also agreed that club members attempting to tell what's happening at their Field Day site need to avoid ham radio jargon. Be less hammy about it, Allen suggested. Pierce recommended fine-tuning an elevator speech to explain the hobby to non-hams. The program edition also critiques some specific ham radio publicity efforts and media encounters. The June 10th Ham Radio Now webcast, episode 208, is available on YouTube. A relatively obscure piece of Texas legislation with potential ham radio implications may serve as a model for other states considering similar laws. The beauty of the bill, SB 505, concerning painting and marking requirements for certain towers, colloquially called the crop duster bill, is that it never mentions amateur radio. That did not happen by accident. Initial impetus for such legislation was a 2013 National Transportation Safety Board recommendation that states enact laws requiring that meteorological evaluation towers towers, or METs, be marked and registered. The recommendation came in the wake of fatal crop dusting aircraft collisions with METs, often erected on short notice in agricultural areas. The West Gulf Division legislative team did an excellent job of working with the sponsor of the bill to minimize its effect on amateur radio, West Gulf Division Director Dr. David Woolweaver, K5RAV, said. He gave the credit to West Gulf Vice Director John Stratton, N5AUS. In the end, rather than specifically excluding amateur radio, SB 505 was reworded directly and by definition to include only METs, providing a de facto exclusion for ham and public safety in commercial towers. By squarely addressing the issue at hand without apparent unintended consequences, the Texas bill could serve as an example for other states in developing their own MET legislation. Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed the bill into law in May. It becomes effective on September 1st. You're listening to ARRL Audio News on your local repeater, including the linked repeaters of the Utah Amateur Radio Club on 146.620 megahertz. Now with this week's satellite update, here's Bruce Page, KK5DO.
BricsatP has received its Oscar number. It is now NO83, and PSAT is now NO84. This indicates the 83rd and 84th amateur satellites to successfully be launched and operate from space. Take a look at AO7, the 7th satellite that is still operational. A pretty good track record for amateurs. The two new Oscar numbers were issued by Bill W3XO, that's Oscar number administrator. If you're a grid chaser on satellite, Dave, NN1N, will be active from Maine, New Brunswick, and Quebec from June 12th to the 15th on SO50 from FN56, FN6, and FN67. Then from June 15th to the 20th from FN45, FN58, FN68, FN78, FN79. Clayton W5PFG will be active from DM70 and DM80 from July 3rd through the 5th. This is Bruce Page, KK5DO, for the ARRL Audio News.
A young ARRL member from New York has begun a Collegiate Ham Radio Operators Facebook group. Sam Rose, KC2LRC, who lives in the Syracuse area, said the group is aimed at College Ham Radio Club members everywhere who would like to share and collaborate on college ham radio activities. The group is open to anyone interested in college ham radio clubs, from members and alumni to faculty and even prospective college ham radio club members. Among the group's fans is ARRL President Kay Craigie, N3KN, who lives in the college community of Blacksburg, Virginia, the home of Virginia Tech, K4KDJ. I am encouraged to see college amateur radio organizations that are lively and interested in communicating with each other, Craigie said. It builds the future of amateur radio and may help their career opportunity networking also. This group is something we decided to start at the collegiate dinner at Hamvention, where students, faculty, and alumni from Virginia Tech, Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, Michigan State, Texas A&M, Kansas State, Clarkson, and a few other schools attended, Rose told ARRL. We intended as an online watering hole of sorts for clubs across the world to post the goings-on of collegiate ham radio and, through this, exchange ideas for projects, activities, and recruitment of club members.
WH6TAT Hawaii All-Star Simplex.
Keysight Technologies, formerly Agilent, has donated software that will augment the feature set of the ARRL Laboratories MXA9020A Spectrum Analyzer. The donation includes 89600 VSA vector signal analysis software. According to ARRL Labs Senior Test Engineer Bob Allison, WB1GCM, 89600 VSA gives the MXA90 to measure the patterns of digital signals. Keysight also contributed its BenchView software, which can control the instrument and capture data and images without requiring programming. and ARRL laboratory technical advisors, the ARRL lab will be able to develop test methods to better quantify the performance of digital amateur radio transceivers, Allison said. Under the direction of Keysight Vice President Bob Vitt, K0NR, application engineers Ken Volker, K0KB, and Tom Holmes, NAM, the 89600 VSA software to ARRL laboratory manager Ed Hare, W1RFI, and Allison at the close of the 2015 Dayton Hamvention. The donated software includes provisions to assess additional modes of operation, including the ability to analyze IQ signals and to measure noise figure, pulse signals, and phase noise. The lab is grateful to Keysight for this significant donation, which provides us with previously unavailable capabilities to analyze the characteristics of digital signals, said Hare. The 2015 June running of Kids Day is Sunday, June 20th. Sponsored by the ARRL and the Boring Oregon Amateur Radio Club, Kids Day is a fantastic way to introduce young people to the magic of amateur radio by getting them on the air. Kids Day is a great opportunity to members of your station and let the youngsters take the big chair. Let them find stations they hear or work on a map, color in a map of states worked, or help them build something. To attract attention, call CQ Kids Day. The suggested exchange is your name, age, location, and favorite color. There is no limit on operating time, and stations may work each other more than once if the operator has changed. Repeater contacts, with permission of the repeater sponsor, are okay too, and satellite contacts may provide a real thrill. All participants are encouraged to post stories and photos to the Kids Day Soapbox page on the ARRL website and are eligible to receive a colorful certificate. Note that while the June 2015 Kids Day is on a Sunday, June 21st, the event will return to Saturday in June 2016.
Hi, I'm ARRL member Ian Kuhn, KI9W from Elgin, Illinois, and you're listening to ARRL Audio News.
And finally, a well-known voice in the amateur radio news media has gone silent. Bill Pasternak, WA6IT, Santa Clarita, California, died June 11th following a period of ill health. He was 73. Pasternak was co-founder of the amateur radio newsline Ham Radio News webcast and a frequent presence at amateur radio conventions. Pasternak served as Newsline's managing editor and occasional newscaster for the program. Condolences from all around the world have been showing up on Facebook and Twitter. ARRL Public Relations Committee Chair Katie Allen, WI7YL, said Pasternak would be missed by those within and outside the amateur radio community. He was truly one of the good ones, she remarked on Pasternak's Facebook page. A Brooklyn, New York native, Pasternak became a radio amateur in 1959 as WA2HVK and once was very active on 6 meters. He eventually got into broadcasting and made his career in television engineering and production. He retired as a broadcast engineer with KTTV in Los Angeles in 2012, but continued as a broadcast consultant. Pasternak was the spark plug behind the all-volunteer amateur radio newsline Bulletin, which was relayed on repeaters around the United States and elsewhere, as well as the creator and administrator of the annual Young Year Award. He was the author of 3 books and served as a writer and producer on several educational films and videos, including the award-winning Amateur Radio Today. In earlier years, he wrote the Looking West column for 73 Amateur Radio Today magazine for 26 years and penned a VHF, FM, and repeater column for World Radio. Leaders of the U.S. House Energy and Commerce Committee have reached an agreement with FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler to amend the committee plans announced in March to close a number of FCC field offices. Under the revised plan, the FCC will keep 15 of its 24 field offices open. According to a committee media release, the plan would ensure better rapid response capabilities for the West, provide a mechanism for escalating interference complaints, improve enforcement of the FCC's rules against pirate radio operators, and prevent the Commission from transferring field office jobs to FCC headquarters. The FCC had been under pressure from lawmakers and others to step back from its plan to sever the field offices. We found a good solution that makes sense. These changes will help keep field offices open open in strategic locations and help ensure that the Commission can fulfill its responsibilities to the public and public safety communities, said Commissions and Technology Subcommittee Chairman Greg Walden, W7EQI. This agreement strikes a balance between the important work of FCC field agents and streamlining field operations to ensure the efficient use of taxpayer dollars. Positive outcomes often result from collaborative work. This agreement represents just such an effort. As a result of the announced agreement, a June 11th hearing of Walden's subcommittee to address the proposed closings was canceled. ARRL General Counsel Chris Imlay, W3KD, was among the third to testify at the session. The closure plans were revealed earlier this year by an apparently leaked internal FCC Enforcement Bureau memorandum that indicated the Bureau planned to ask the full Commission to cut 2/3 of its field offices and eliminate nearly 1/2 of its field agents. At the same time, the Bureau would develop a so-called tiger team of field agents as a flexible strike force it could deploy as needed. 2 Oklahoma amateur radio clubs got together during the June 13th and 14th and to support communications for the St. Francis Tulsa Tout Cycling event. Some 1,400 riders registered for the road events. More than 20 volunteers from the Tulsa Amateur Radio Club and the Tulsa Repeater Organization get out radio operations to support logistics and rider safety over the 2-day competition. Serving as the backbone for radio operations was Tulsa Amateur Radio Club's large regionally linked UHF system. Complementing that was Tulsa Repeater Organization's VHF system, with remote receivers to serve the logistics net of operators stationed along the route. These operators monitor and report on rider status and supplies and relay any medical information from the on-scene nurse. Tulsa Repeater Organization also provided a smaller linked UHF system on the second day of the event to cover areas at points more distant from Tulsa. The safety and SAG recovery ham radio operators responded to the usual reports of mechanical and tire troubles, supplying tubes that could put riders back on the road, or transporting them to rest stops where further mechanical assistance was available. The worst injury reported was a broken wrist. Many riders suffered the effects of Oklahoma's heat and humidity. The ham radio volunteers also kept an eye on a developing weather event affecting the end of the ride with heavy rain, lightning, and wind. Colorado Amateur Radio Emergency Service volunteer Neil Tew, KD08L, responded on June 11th to a call from a search and rescue team that needed a radio operator. Colorado Areas Region 5 District 1 Emergency Coordinator Amanda Alton, K1DDN, said she got a call on her local UHF repeater from Dave Dickens, KE0AEG, and Pat Caulfield, KE0AEE, from Fremont County Search and Rescue. Search and Rescue was conducting a search for a possible body in the Arkansas River, Alden said. They were shorthanded and wondering if any Aries personnel could operate the radios during the search. She stressed that the volunteer would not be operating on amateur radio frequencies, just operating the search and rescue team's radios. Al Tew, whom she referred to as the best operator I knew outside of my district, and he was available and agreed to help. He was assigned to the incident command post and handled and logged all traffic on the state digital radio network for about 4 hours. He did a fantastic job and made Aries shine for our first time working with Fremont Search and Rescue, Alden said. Caulfield said Tew was a quick study and was up and running within 15 minutes. Ultimately, Alden said, searchers were unable to locate anything and the search was eventually called off due to high water. You're listening to ARRL Audio News on your local repeater, including the K4KJQ repeater of the Bluegrass Amateur Radio Society, serving Lexington, Kentucky on 146.760 megahertz. Now with this week's satellite update, here's Bruce Page, KK5DO.
Field Day is right around the corner on June 27th and 28th. At the same time, AMSAT has their Field Day. This year, the satellites that you will want to work are AO7, AO73, FO29, SO50, NO84, and the ISS Digipeater. Keep in mind that although you are going to try for your one contact for the bonus points for the ARRL Field Day, you might want to try it on a linear transponder instead of the FM repeater satellites. FM satellites get so busy that it makes it very difficult to make that one contact. One tip I can offer is to try and make your contact as close to AOS or LOS as you can. There will be fewer stations on, and you might have that quick moment to make a contact. To lessen the load on the FM satellite, AMSAT rules state that you can only make one contact on them. That should help to free them up for others to use. Lastly, if you do make any contacts and wish to submit your log for AMSAT Field Day, see the rules on the main page at amsat.org. We have an earlier deadline in the ARRL so that I can get the story written and published in the next AMSAT journal. Be sure to test out all your equipment before Field Day and have plenty of different connectors and coax for those unexpected surprises. This is Bruce Page, KK5DO for the ARRL Audio News.
Once again this year, a group of medium-wave experimental licensees will transmit greetings on 630 meters during ARRL Field Day weekend, June 27th and 28th. While the 472 to 479 kilohertz band is not yet available for amateur use, John Langridge, KB5NJD, said he'd like to promoting awareness of the proposed TAM band. Some of the stations involved in the Field Day activity, including Langridge, are associated with the ARRL 600-meter experimental group, WD2XSH. ARRL 600-meter experiment coordinator Fritz Robb, W1FR, said that while the FCC's April decision is a step in the right direction, it could be some time before hams have a 630-meter ham band in the United States. With that in mind, he told RL this week, we plan to renew the WD2XSH license and continue operations as much as we can until such a time as the 630-meter band becomes a reality. It seems the longer we do this, the more legs that grow on it, and participation has really increased, he said. The point is to make active, relevant signals available to existing Field Day stations that might have a large pool of operators, many still having no idea that anything is going on below the broadcast band. ARRL West Virginia Section Manager Charles L. Charlie Hardy, WV8CH, ex-KD8MOA, of Fayetteville, died June 14th, apparently as the result of an accidental electrocution while he was working on an antenna at his home. He was 50. He'd been a radio amateur since 2008. Hardy became West Virginia Section Manager in October 2013, and he was the only candidate to continue in the position for another two-year term. He was very active in the National Traffic System 8th Region Net and served as West Virginia Section Traffic Manager since 2012, a post he continued to hold when he became Section Manager. He was also an ARRL official observer and had served since 2009 as the District Emergency Coordinator for District 7. Hardy was the president of the Plateau Amateur Radio Association and of the Summit Repeater Association. Survivors include his wife Jane, WB8JH. A successor attorney as West Virginia Section Manager will be appointed. A new section manager has been appointed in New Mexico. Ed James, KAHJMW of Albuquerque, was named on June 11th to succeed Bill Kaufman, W5YEJ, who has resigned, citing increased family responsibilities. Kaufman had served as New Mexico section manager since 2012 and was the section emergency coordinator for many years prior to that. James will complete the remainder of the current term, which continues through the end of the year. ARRL Field Services and Radio Support Department Manager Dave Patton, NN1N, made the appointment after consulting with Rocky Mountain Division Director Brian Molshowski, N5ZGT, and Vice Director Dwayne Allen, WY7FD. A ham for 35 years, James has served as an Assistant Section Manager of New Mexico since 2012 and currently serves as an Assistant Director in the Rocky Mountain Division. He recently conducted a 30-year electrical engineering career at Sandia National Laboratories. James comes from a ham radio family. His late father was WD8MMG, his wife Carol is N5ZYB, and all five of the couple's daughters hold ham licenses and are ARRL members. Field Day is among his passions. Most weekends I can operating from somewhere in the mountains of New Mexico, James said in his QRZ.com biography. I love operating from the field. Petitions to nominate candidates to serve as Mexico's manager for the next 2-year term should be submitted to ARRL headquarters by September. The W1AW Portable Operations Commemorative Booklet, which chronicles the central activity of the year-long ARRL Centennial QSO Party, is now available. The Centennial celebration may be over, but the memories can live on with this keepsake publication, which features 40 pages of stats, stories, and photos from the hands who put W1AW Portable on the air, bringing enjoyment to many thousands of hands. The W1AW Portable Operations book is available on the web at ARRL.org. And finally, registration is open for the 15th USA and 8th IARU Region 2 Amateur Radio Direction Finding Championships, August 27th through the 30th in Elbert, Colorado. The event will take place at the Peaceful Valley Scout Ranch, a 3,300-acre site at 7,000 feet elevation, about 40 miles southeast of Denver. ARDF training camp will take place on Monday through Wednesday just prior to the competition, with separate morning and afternoon sessions planned for each day. Participants may attend as many sessions as they wish. Training sessions will concentrate on how to take reliable bearings, reflected signals, and determine likely transmitter locations, as well as on-course strategies, route choices, and other essentials for success. The championship competition begins on Thursday, August 27th with fox soaring, a combination of RDF and classic orienteering on 80 meters in which participants navigate to marked locations on their maps where very low power transmitters can be found nearby. A 10-transmitter short course sprint competition on 80 meters takes place the next day. The classic full-course 2-meter main event gets underway on Saturday morning, with 5 transmitters in a very large forest. The banquet and awards presentation follows that evening. A similar full-course 80-meter main event takes place Sunday morning, an awards presentation. The USA ARDF Championships are open to anyone of any age who can safely navigate the woods alone. A ham radio license is not required. For more information on ARDF, visit the website www.homingin.com. That concludes ARRL Audio News for this week. Our thanks to all contributors to this week's report. ARRL Audio News is produced by the American Radio Relay League, the National Association for Amateur Radio. For more information on amateur radio or the ARRL, visit us on the web at ARRL.org. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter by searching for ARRL. If you have a question or comment about ARRL Audio News, email us at audionews@ARRL.org. This program is copyright 2015 ARRL. All rights reserved. Until next week, I'm Sean Cutsko, KX9X 73, and thanks for listening.
This is Annie Sixobi. Thank you for listening. Please stay tuned to the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Annie Sixobi, no clip.
At 86OV from NR7Y.
Yeah, go ahead. Annie 6OV.
So I got the net this evening, Liebert. I was just wondering how my audio sounded. Go ahead.
Sounding just fine here, Lawrence. Real good. Good audio. Over.
Thanks, Liebert. This is NR7Y. The net will begin in approximately 5 minutes. NR7Y standing by. K7ZA. Once more, KC6ZUD. KC6ZUD, K7CAA.
KC6ZUD.
Do me a favor, check your email real quick. Check your email. I'll catch you later. K7ZA.
KC6 monitoring. Well,
Hello? Are you off? Yeah, are you gonna get subway or what? Okay. I just showered. Yeah. Okay. Bye. I'll be back.
WH6TAT Hawaii All-Star Simplex Node TL Tone 110.9. Good afternoon. The time is 4:00 p.m.
Good evening. This is November Romeo 7 Yankee NR7Y activating the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. The handle here is Lawrence Lima Alpha Whiskey Romeo Echo Nancy Charlie Echo, and I'll be net control this evening. I'm coming to you from West Jordan, Utah. West Jordan is located about 12 miles south procedures of a net in the event of an emergency crisis situation. All amateurs are invited to check in and participate. This is a formal net, and all net activities directed through net control. We encourage the use of ITU phonetics. The use of the word break should only be used to interrupt regular net operations in the event of an emergency reset. I believe I still have an old net script, so I apologize for that. So at this time, I'd like to call for anyone who would like to function as the alternate net control and monitor check-ins. You would be to monitor all check-ins and pick up stations that net control has a hard time hearing or has missed reset. So at this time, we would like to have somebody volunteer as alternate net control. And if you haven't done this before, now would be a good time to jump in, grab a piece of paper and a pencil, and help with as the alternate net control. Do we have anyone to do this? Please come now.
And I'll settle on W68T, I guess I'll jump.
Net recognizes Whiskey Hotel 6 Tango Alpha Tango Jim. Thanks for jumping in. So at this time, I'd like to first of all wish all the fathers out there happy Father's Day, and even if you're not a father, that's okay too. Just like to wish everybody a happy Father's Day and reset. At this time, we would like to take check-ins for the net, and we're going to start with the islands of, starting the Hawaiian Islands, with the island of, let's go with Kauai. You know what? Before we do that, let's call for any check-ins that have not checked into the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net previously. Please call NR7Y Net Control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Nothing heard for new check-ins. So we're going to start with the Hawaiian Islands, the island of Kauai and Oahu. Stations from any of those islands, please call now.
Lawrence, I know, the waters are picking me through around the world. 33, and then I'll let you be clear. Thank you very much for looking at that. Thank you, Lawrence. And it's NCJ out of Hawaii, 73.
Net recognizes NH7CJ Matt. There's another station in there. I'm familiar with the call sign, but I couldn't pull it out. The other station, please come now.
Victor Foster, James, Oahu. My daughter is taking me to see Jurassic World, so in and out. 23 and 1, the HAVF.
Net recognizes Whiskey 8, Juliet Victor Foxtrot James with an in and out. Once again, we're taking check-ins from the islands of Kauai and Oahu. Please come now.
Alpha Hotel, Quebec, here near Kauai.
That last station, I'm not sure if that was Jonathan. That last station, please come back one more time. This is NR7Y.
Roger, Lawrence, that's me. NR7Y from KE6QC.
Okay, net recognizes Alpha Hotel 6, Quebec Charlie, Jonathan. Taking check-ins from Oahu and Kauai right now. Please call net control. Nothing heard from Oahu and Kauai. We're going to open it up to the islands of Molokai, Maui, and Lanai. Please call now.
Hotel 6, Charlie Yankee Delta, Joe, Pukalani, Maui, in and out.
Kilo Hotel 6, Charlie Echo Delta, Cedric on Lanai. Requesting in and out, one time only, checking out.
All right, net recognizes Whiskey Hotel 6, Charlie Yankee Delta, Joe with in and out. Also recognizing Kilo Hotel 6, Charlie Echo Delta, Cedric on Lanai with another in and out. This is NR7Y net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net, looking for check-ins to the net this evening from the islands of Molokai, Maui, Lanai, Kauai, and Oahu. Please come now. All right, nothing heard. So we're going to open it up to the Big Island. Anybody wanting to check into the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net from the Big Island, please come now. I got you, Jim. So anybody from the Big Island, please come now.
This is NE6OB, Heber on the east side of the Big Island, in and out, Lawrence, 73.
All right, net recognizes N86OV Liebert with the in and out. Also, thanks Liebert for running the news line. We always appreciate that. This is November Romeo 7 Yankee net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Looking for check-ins from Hawaiian Islands. Please come now.
This is November Hotel 6, Whiskey Tango, Lady with Aid, inside of the Big Island of Hawaii, in and out, over.
Net recognizes November Hotel 6 Whiskey Tango. Ed with an in and out. Good to hear you, Ed. This is November Romeo 7 Yankee. Net control for the Hawaii mainland. Net looking for check-ins from any of the Hawaiian Islands. Please come now.
This is K86GQM, handler is Henry from Kohala, Hawaii. No traffic, over.
Net recognizes King Henry 6 GQM, Henry from Kohala. Good to hear you, Henry. This is NR7Y net control for the Hawaii mainland All-Star Net. Looking for check-ins. We're going to open it up now to the West Coast and to the Mountain Time Zone, and to any of the Hawaiian Islands that would like to check into the net. Please come now.
WH6TAT Hawaii.
November 3, Charlie Mike Delta. Good evening, Lawrence. Thanks for taking the net. Thanks to Liebert. No traffic, in and out.
Net recognizes CMD Julian in Mapleton, Utah, with an in and out. Good to hear you, Julian. Thanks for checking in. This is NR7Y net control for the Hawaii mainland All-Star Net. Looking for check-ins. Any of the Hawaiian Islands, the Pacific Time Zone, or the Mountain Time Zone. Please call net control now.
This is Kilo 6, Papa Kilo Lima, Bill K6 PTL in and out. Okay. Good afternoon, Lawrence. Whiskey Bravo 7, uniform Bravo Charlie, Greg, Aurora, Oregon, also in and out, please.
Bravo Pacific Lawrence, Whiskey Hotel 6. Uniform Chuck, Pearl City, Hawaii, requesting in and out.
Kilo Charlie 6, Zulu Uniform Delta, carry in and out.
All right, I know I probably am going to miss one or two here. Let's see, I got Kilo 6 Papa Kilo Lima, Bill with an in and out, comes from Manteca, California. The next one I have is Whiskey Bravo 7, uniform Bravo Charlie Greg, with an in and out. And there was a station, I'm not sure that if the suffix was Lima Uniform Delta. Please come back now. This is NR7Y.
Zulu Uniform.
Boy, there's some interference there. I believe it was Zulu Uniform Delta. Is it Kilo 6? come back one more time. This is NR7Y.
Kilo Charlie 6 Zulu Uniform Delta.
All right, sorry for that. It's Kilo Charlie 6 Zulu Uniform Delta with the in and out, I believe. What was the first name there? Go ahead.
My name is Carrie. It's Charlie Romeo India Echo.
All right, Kilo Charlie 6 Zulu Uniform Delta Charlie. Thanks for checking in this evening. I know I missed another one in there somewhere. So the other station that I missed or didn't acknowledge, please come back now. This is NR7Y.
Mahalo for taking in there, Lawrence. This is Whiskey Hotel 6. Echo Sierra Uniform. Chuck, Pearl City, Hawaii. Requesting in and out.
Boy, I'm having some problems here. Whiskey Hotel 6 Echo question mark, and probably come back one more time. This is NR7Y Net Control.
Whiskey Hotel 6 Echo Sierra Uniform. Chuck, Pearl City. Requesting in and out.
All right, sorry about that, Chuck. Whiskey Hotel 6 Echo Sierra Uniform. Chuck in Pearl City, Oahu with an in and out. Thanks for checking in. This is NR7Y Net Control for the Hawaii Mainland Net, looking for check-ins. So let's from the Hawaiian Islands, the Pacific time zone, the Mountain time zone, and we're going to open it up to the Central and Eastern time zones. Please come now.
This is Kilo Delta 8, Georgia, Victor Ocean, Phil, Brownwood, Texas.
Recognizes Kilo Delta 8, George Victor Oscar, Phil in Brownwood, Texas. Is Linda there tonight? Phil, go ahead.
Roger, but she's not available. You can maybe put her in and out tonight. We had a long day today, so put her for in and out there. And if she decides to come on, I'll let you know. But let me say, you're coming in pretty crackly there. A little strong on the audio there. You might want to back up a little bit with cracking this for you. All right? KDH video.
Okay, Phil, thanks for checking in. And I have Linda as in and out, and we'll chat with her. This is NR7Y Net Control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net, looking for check-ins from anywhere. anybody who wants to check into the net this evening, please come now.
This is NH6M, November, Hotel 6 Mike, Kailua, Kona, Hawaii. Whiskey Hotel 6, Papa Sierra, Tony, Haula, Oahu. Over.
D, you'll proceed.
All right, net recognizes NH6M in Kailua, Kona. Also, Whiskey Hotel 6 Papa Sierra, Tony in Haula, Oahu. And also Dave, Alpha Hotel 6 Oscar Delta. So there was another station in there, and I'm trying to make out the call sign. I believe it was in the foreland. The station with the 4 in it. Please come back now. This is NR7Y net control. I did get that one on that time, but the audio was extremely low. The call sign was Kilo Mike 4 Kilo Uniform Hotel, Surge in Clearwater, Florida. I'm not sure what's wrong, Surge, but the audio was extremely low. You might want to check on that. Okay, one more last call for check-ins for this round from anywhere. This is NR7Y net control for the Hawaii mainland also net. Please call now.
This is Kilo Fox 5, Yankee Uniform Bravo, Mike in Zephyr, Texas.
WH6TAT Hawaii, All-Star Simplex, Node PL, Cone 110.9.
Yeah, net recognizes Kilo Fox 5, Yankee Uniform Bravo, Mike in Zephyr, Texas. All right, one more call for any check-ins anywhere. Please call net control now.
Net control, this is Whiskey Hotel 6, Echo Uniform X-Ray, John in Waikoloa, Hawaii.
That recognizes Whiskey Hotel 6, Echo Uniform X-Ray, John in Waikoloa, Hawaii. This is NR7Y net control for the Hawaii mainland All-Star net, taking check-ins from anywhere. Please call net control now. Nothing heard. Whiskey Hotel 6 Tango Alpha Tango. I have a count of 24. I was just wondering what you have, Jim. Go ahead.
I got 23, but I know I missed somebody, and I ain't figured out who it was.
Close enough. We'll just go on and we'll figure out who we missed later on. And if we missed anybody, our apologies, and we'll always come back to pick you up. So I'll start it out here. Here in Salt Lake City, we're just south of Salt Lake City. It's pretty warm. I'm not sure what the temperature is today, but it's pretty warm. Supposed to get up into the triple digits tomorrow. So I would guess today about 97, 98 degrees. No clouds in the sky here. Pretty nice day. Didn't do much this week in ham radio, other than looking through the QST magazine and drooling over some of the equipment that's there. But yeah, I had a good day today. Didn't do much. Just went to church. And again, I just wanted to wish all the fathers out there, and if you're not a father, that's okay too. Happy Father's Day. Over to you, Jim. WH6TAT. Go ahead.
Thanks for that, Lance. Thank you for taking the nap, and leave it if you're still on. Thank you for the news line. Not much going on here. Trying to get everything together to put up this other repeater and trying to get one together for the church. Other than that, not too much. Just work. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there, and I definitely want to give my family's condolences to a real good friend out at Jim, NH6HI, whose father, you folks haven't heard, has just recently passed away. So Jim's in the mainland right now with his family. Godspeed out there, man. I hope everything goes all right. His father's with the angels now. So with that, back to you, Nick Intro, and our set from WH60.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yes, I know we all want to send our condolences to the Pilgrim family, passing of Jim's father. Next on the list is November Hotel 6, Charlie Juliet, Matt in Anahola, Kauai. Go ahead, Matt. NH6CJ, Matt, I'm not sure if maybe I missed you. Maybe you were in and out. NH6CJ, go ahead. And maybe he was in and out. This is NR7Y net control for the Hawaii Mainland All-Star Net. Next on the list we had James, so Whiskey 8 Juliet Victor Foxtrot, which was, he had it in and out also. So after him it was Jonathan, Alpha Hotel 6 Quebec Charlie. Go ahead.
Good evening, Lauren. Good evening, everybody in the net. NR7Y86QCE. It was a nice day here, and went for a swim this afternoon, and
was a nice, sunny, hot day for a swim, and started off rainy this morning, but turned out to be a nice, sunny day. Anyway, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and hope everybody's upcoming week goes well. Back to you, Lawrence, and everybody in the net. And R7YA6QC. Aloha.
All right. Thanks for checking in. And now I'm jealous because not too many places other than a swimming pool to go swimming here in Utah. Let's see. Next on the list is looks like it was Joe with an in and out, Whiskey Hotel 6 Charlie Yankee Delta. Then it was Cedric, Kilo Hotel 6 Charlie Echo Delta with an also. Let's see. Then it was Liebert with NH6OV also with an in and out. Let's see. Also, November Hotel 6 Whiskey Tango Ed with an in and out. So next list is King Henry 6 Deke Henry in my hometown of Kohala. Go ahead, Henry.
NR7YK6GQMA, my pleasure coming on this afternoon. It's blazing hot here in Kohala, and with a slight breeze, not too much wind. But anyway, I would like to wish all the fathers happy Father's Day, and I hope you enjoyed your day. And to Jim, my condolences to NH6HI, whose dad passed away. And other than that, there's nothing further from this end. And my pleasure again coming on and listening to the guys on frequency. So NR7YK6GQM.
All right, Henry. Always good to hear from you. So next on the list is N3CMD Julian, who was also in and out. After him, it was Bill, Kilo 6 Papa Kilo Lima, also in and out. Let's see. After Bill, it was Greg, Whiskey Bravo 7 Uniform Bravo Charlie with an in and out. And let's see, the next was, a lot of in and outs here. The next one was Kilo 6 Zulu Uniform Delta Charlie with an in and out. The next one was Whiskey Hotel 6 Echo Sierra Uniform Chuck from Pro City with the in and out. Let's see. The next one is Phil, KDA-GVO. Your turn. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. This is KDA-GVO. Good evening, everybody. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I hear Uncle Tony in there. Happy Father's Day, Uncle Tony. Hey, sounding good there. But just got home. Finally got the building cleaned out there. We've been having a garage sale for the last 3 weeks there, 3 or 4 weeks. And finally cleaned it out. And thanks to Mike down there, KF5YUB, he worked so hard helping me all through the garage sale there, from the beginning to the end. So, I'd like to give him, send him a big thank you there. And we'll get together later on during the week there. But well, it's not warm, but I think maybe it could be the, high 70s or something, but it wasn't hot really, or the low 80s. But man, it was a beautiful day. I really can't complain about the day, but the work was pretty heavy there. We did heavy work there, a lot of work, and but it's all done, and that's what it's all about. And it was great. And the building was free. It was a big building, and it was free. So I really can't complain about that. Thanks to the landlord there, let us have the building there. I just gave us some money for electricity. But other than that, was great, and we did a lot of sales there. So I'm happy for that there. I had to clean out storage. I had a big storage there, and things that you don't use for a while, you don't need it. So that's what I did. Clean it out there. So everything is clean, and everything is back to normal again. For a while until we have the next one there. Who knows when there. But I tell you what, Mike, I got to give him a big thank you. He worked so hard. Anybody need a good worker there, and that's Mike there. KF5YUB is the man. Okay. So with that, everybody sounding good. And Serge, hopefully Serge will get a little louder there. I think he turned his volume up a little bit, but that's cool. That's great. I'm glad he got in there. So with that, Lawrence, take care. You're sounding great there. You guys sounding good, both of you down that side. And thank you for, the news line. I picked up maybe half of it, not too much of it, but we were just getting home when the news line started. So with that, okay, KDA GBO, back to net control.
Okay, Phil, always good to meet you also. I was just wondering if Linda was going to be available. KGVO from NR7Y.
No, not yet. No, I don't think so. I think she'll pass for tonight there. Okay. And she's fine, but just she's not ready for it there. And everything is fine down this end, yeah. Okay, but next week she'll be back to normal again, and she'll come up with some inspiration. She said, "God bless all the fathers." That's all she say. Okay. So with that, take care, and back to you, the net control, KDA GVO.
Okay, thanks, Phil, and I hope everything's okay there, Linda. So next on the list is NH6M Dewey in Kailua, Kona. Go ahead, Dewey.
Okay, this is an H6M in Kona, and let's see here. Well, you've had an overcast day and kind of a lazy day. Didn't do much. Got up late, and that's about it. I've been working on a bunch of old microphones that are so old they've got 4-pin connectors. Trying to put something together that'll work on the FT1000. So that's all that I've been up to. And as far as Father's Day is concerned, I will say not guilty. NH6M, back to net control.
Okay, Dewey. Thanks for your check-in. Next on the list is Tony, Whiskey Hotel 6 Papa Sierra in Haula Oa. Go ahead, Tony.
Okay, again, NR7Y, Whiskey Hotel 6 Papa Sierra. Happy Father's Day to you, Lawrence. Especially with Friday Paul. Here it is. Happy Father's Day to you. Feeling
Delta, Dave. Go ahead, Dave.
NR7Y86 of the keep not sure how the internet's going to work, but happy Father's Day to everybody. And, we still continue to work on the system and focus on it. But anyways, thanks for taking the net. NR7Y86 OD.
All right, Dave. Thanks for coming up on the net. And it was breaking up a little at the end of your transmission. Always good to hear from you. Next on the list is Kilo Mike 4, Uniform Hotel Search in Clearwater, Florida. Hope you got that problem fixed. Go ahead.
Happy Father's Day to everybody, and getting ready. This was my attempt too, but I guess I never picked up that. So anyway, Happy Father's Day, just relaxing and stuff like that, or things like that. Okay, and you stay airport, that's great.
Yeah, KM4 Kilo Uniform Hotel. I'm not sure what's wrong, but the audio is very low. I turned my volume way up and got most of that. Hope you have a good Father's Day also. Let's see. Next on the list. Let's see. 22. Looks like it's Kilo Fox 5 uniform, Kilo Fox 5 Yankee uniform Bravo, Mike in Zephyr, Texas. Go ahead, Mike.
Good evening, good afternoon, everybody on the net. KF5YUB, Mike in Zephyr, Texas. Want to wish everybody happy Father's Day where it applies. Memory of all the fathers that are out there, so it is a day anyway that's pretty special. Man on the net, thanks for the good work, Phil, and say 73 to all. KF5YUB back to net.
All right, Mike, good to hear from you. And happy Father's Day to you too. Next on the list is Whiskey Hotel 6 Echo Uniform X-Ray, John in Waikoloa. Go ahead, John.
Happy Father's Day to everyone. This is Whiskey Hotel 6 Echo Uniform X-Ray here in Waikoloa, and it's actually a beautiful day today. A little bit overcast, but not too bad. Still have plenty of sun. And having a nice Father's Day. Condolences to Jim NH6HI. Hope to have him back here soon to participate in the net. But at any rate, condolences to him.
It's going to be packed.
And nothing else much going on here, so I'll turn it back to you, Net Control.
All right. I don't normally do this, but it's
All right,
Father's
Mike.
Day,
Thanks for checking in.
and I need to go out to dinner.
This is
So I'm going to cut it short.
Net
It's
Control for the
4:45
Hawaii
p.m.
Mainland All-Star Net. That
Hawaii
brings us
time.
to the bottom of the list. So let's open it up one more
Next
time for
week,
check-in.
I should be able to get the
All
of it
anywhere.
because pretty sure it's
please call
getting towards
now.
the end of here. Let's see if anybody checks in. Yeah, it's getting down there. All right, I'm closing this one off early. Till next week.